Hello my dear students. In this video you will get the most important concepts for your NEET examination from the chapter System of Particles and Rotational Motion. This chapter has high weightage in your NEET examination and always students ask me what to study. So this video is an answer to such questions. So please watch this video carefully. First concept you have to study is concept of center of mass. And the concept of center of mass along with position of center of mass. You can see the relations here. Then velocity of center of mass. Then linear momentum. Then acceleration of center of mass. All these relations are very, very important for your NEET examination. Based on these concepts, you will get NCERT exercise questions 1, 2 and 8. The solution to this question I will provide in a separate video, but by the time you can refer to those questions. All these questions are very important. Practice it 50 times or 100 times. Increase the number of, repetition rate. Now, second concept very important for your NEET examination is that if net external force acting on a system of particles is 0, then its velocity of center of mass will not change. That means already if the system has a velocity of 2 meter per second, then afterwards also its velocity of the center of mass will be equal to 2 meter per second only. So there is no change. It's a very important concept, VIP concept. You have to take care of this point, VIP. In your NCERT exercise there is a question and that question is shown there. It is exercise question number 3. It is based on this concept. Please focus on this concept. Next, third important point is already you know relationship between linear velocity and angular velocity. Next one, angular acceleration equal to d omega by dt, rate of change of angular velocity. Now comes our most famous person in this chapter, torque or moment of a force. Always learn like this. Force into perpendicular distance from axis of rotation. After that only in your mind it should come torque equal to Rf sin theta, where theta is the angle between perpendicular distance and force. So please note this point. Always you have to learn conceptually. Don't by heart equations. So next point is angular momentum. L equal to mvr. Definitely there will be a question on your NEET question paper based on this idea. L equal to mvr. Angular momentum equal to moment of linear momentum. Now you will get a model NCERT exercise. If you study NCERT exercise question number 7 repeatedly, you can answer all the questions based on this concept. So please note that. Next important concept is again the relationship between torque and angular momentum. See the expression I have written here, torque equal to dl by dt. It is similar to Newton's second law. That means F external equals dp by dt. So in translational motion, force is given priority, but in rotational motion, torque is given or torque controls all the factors. So these two are equivalent. Now, law of conservation of angular momentum. When external torque acting on a system of particles is 0, then angular momentum will not change. L equal to a constant. Please note that point. Questions always will be asked based on these concepts only. Basic fundamental relations only. Next comes the hero of the chapter, condition for rotational equilibrium. I guarantee that there will be a question for your NEET 2024 from this or based on this concept. F1 into D1 equal to F2 into D2, or you can say clockwise torque equal to anti-clockwise torque. Please practice NCERT exercise question number 8, 9 and 17 so many times, 50 or 100 times you can practice. So definitely there will be a question for NEET. Now next point is couple and moment of a couple. Already you know the concept of a couple. When we are applying force on the handle of a bicycle, it is a couple. When we are using the steering of a car or another automobile, there also a couple exists. So moment of a couple. And for that, the concept to be clear, you can refer your NCERT exercise question number 22. Next comes work done by a torque. Torque into angular displacement. So you can write like this in differential form. dW equal to tau into d theta. Now if you integrate it, when tau is variable, if torque is variable, then you have to integrate this expression to get your final answer. W is equal to, you can write like this, W equals integral tau d theta. This is applicable only for variable torque. Next concept you have to study well is the power. Power equals torque into angular velocity. A very important expression you can represent like this: P equals tau into omega. Your NCERT exercise question number 15 is a model to this concept. Now comes moment of inertia. I equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus etc. See, over the last couple of years, I have noticed that in your NEET question paper, based on this fundamental relation of, or the fundamental idea of moment of inertia, they are asking question. So please take care of this basic relation. Next comes rotational kinetic energy, half I omega square. Next relation is connecting moment of inertia and radius of gyration, a very important factor. Study well. Next comes parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. See, while you deal with this topic, you have to study those two theorems well and select questions from your guide. See, you may be referring different type of guides or study material. From that study material, you have to select questions in such a way that you can apply these two theorems. So, how to apply these two theorems? That is very important. For a NEET aspirant, he or she should know how to apply this theorem to calculate the moment of inertia for different axes of rotation. Okay. So you will get model questions if you refer the NCERT exercise question 10, 11 and 12. Very important point for your NEET. Next comes torque tau equal to I alpha. It's also a guaranteed one for your NEET. Relation between torque and angular acceleration. So many PYQs. If you check NEET PYQs, you can see in those question papers, they are repeatedly asking questions based on this concept. Always concept is important. Next is angular momentum. Again, already we have defined angular momentum. Then in terms of moment of inertia, it is written there, L equal to I omega. Now again comes law of conservation of angular momentum. So as previously said, for your NEET, if you check your NEET previous year question papers, PYQs, you can see questions based on this concept. Very important, VIP point. Now, how to apply this concept. That model is available if you refer your exercise question, NCERT exercise question numbers 13, 14, 23, 24 and 25. Next comes work kinetic energy theorem. Net work done on a rolling body equals rotational kinetic energy plus translational kinetic energy. See, rolling motion is is removed from the syllabus this time. But anyway, I have written there because if you refer to the NCERT exercise question number 19 and 20, you will get some idea, some good concepts. That's why I have listed it here. Okay. Now, moment of inertia for rod, ring, disc, cylinder and sphere. Definitely you should study. So these results are standard. So you have to by heart that relations well. And for different axes, you can apply parallel axis theorem or perpendicular axis theorem. So fundamental relations, that means moment of inertia about an axis passing through their center, that definitely you should study. So it's all about your rotational motion chapter. Study well. Some model questions with the solutions, I will provide it in a separate video. Thank you.